basketball game at Moeller Gym this school year, but it's not student athletes that will be taking the court. How the RHS teacher team is looking going into tonight's big game. It's probably not something you imagine teachers doing, but two RHS staff members have been blazing trails on their dirt bikes during the weekends. Who they are and how they got into the high-speed sport. After struggling for several years, the RHS boys volleyball team has had a phenomenal start to their season. We take a look at how some new changes are turning the team around. This and more on TigerCast News, March 24th, 2014.
From Eye of the Tiger, this is TigerCast News. Broadcasting from Studio 403 in Roseville High School.
Good morning and welcome to an all-new TigerCast News. I'm Jacob Darby.
And I'm Jake Evans.
Tonight, the Roseville High School staff will take on the Woodcreek staff in a basketball game to support charity. The game will be at 7 o'clock in the Moeller Gym. Fuad El-Chamali reports on how the faculty feel going into the game.
The Roseville-Woodcreek rivalry isn't over yet. Roseville staff will host the Woodcreek staff in an event that will support the Me One Cancer Zero organization, a charity that supports families dealing with a loved one battling cancer.
One of the ways that they do that is they send the families and the kids to like a camp over the summer so that they have some time to kind of be together and not have to worry about the doctors and the medical bills and all those kinds of things, and they get to make some memories together as a family.
While this will be a competitive game, the teachers have not lost focus of what this game is really for.
It's for a good cause. You know, once I found out it was a fundraiser, it was a no-brainer. Plus, I think it's going to be fun. You know, we have the rivalry with Woodcreek.
Seeing the teachers play against Woodcreek has everyone excited, including the teachers.
Awesome. There's nothing better than a Woodcreek-Roseville game, no matter who's playing. I've always been on the sidelines, obviously, cheering them on, but it's always fun. The kids are going to have a good time with it, and we're going to have a good time with it. Into
the game, the teachers are confident that their hard work and impeccable lineup will top Woodcreek's.
Yeah, we got Matanis and Granucci. We got no worries.
The game will take place tonight at 7 o'clock in the Moeller Gym. For anyone who can't make the game, we will be streaming it live on eyeofthetigernews.com. New this week, we're continuing to follow the latest on Congressman Tom McClintock's visit. The visit is now scheduled for the morning of April 25th. He will discuss topics including the U.S. Constitution and will take questions from the audience. The visit was originally scheduled for March 18th, but he had to cancel due to an environmental meeting. There is an SAT prep class on campus sponsored by the Parents Club intended for juniors who are about to take the SAT for the first time. The deadline is for registration is April 3rd, with classes beginning on April 7th. The class costs only $20. The class will consist of preparation and test-taking strategies for both the English and math portions of the exam.
Well, for most of them, again, this is the first time they've taken the tests coming up, and so it'll demystify the test for them. They'll know what to expect. That's the biggest thing.
Between all of the grading and appointments, it may seem like staff members have no time to themselves. However, math teacher Lisa Vaccaro and counselor Jason Bradley have an extreme hobby taking them to new terrain. Evan Stepper has the story.
It probably isn't how you imagine RHS staff spending their weekends.
All right, I'm going to go up this here.
But counselor Jason Bradley has been riding his dirt bikes in the adrenaline-filled sport ever since he was young.
All have dirt bikes, and we go out in groups of 20 and take these 20 to 30 mile long trips out in the middle of nowhere. It was a blast.
Math teacher Lisa Vaccaro has also been dirt biking her whole life, along with her husband Tom, a former professional racer who has bought her 3 bikes.
I moved up to this area. There's really not a lot of quad riding, so I was really frustrated because I couldn't ride anywhere.
When Bradley and Vaccaro discovered the common hobby, it was only a matter of time before they went riding.
I found out Mrs. Vaccaro and her husband rode. I started, calling them and saying, hey, let's go riding.
And as with any sport, it's always more fun biking with friends.
It's much more enjoyable because you get to share that experience with your friends.
When it comes to choosing the terrain to ride on, there's no disagreement on where the best trails are.
Georgetown, for sure.
Georgetown has some dangerous trails. A lot of them are like taking a riverbed and tilting it at a 45-degree angle and trying to traverse your way up.
While both have been riding dirt bikes all their life, that doesn't mean there isn't the occasional accident.
I fall all the time here and there. It's just part of the game.
I fall all the time too.
But it's exciting, it's fun, you get to be outdoors. her husband and I took off maybe a couple miles, and then we wait for Mrs. Vaquero.
I'm slower.
Not that she's slower. She usually stops and, you know, takes naps, I think is what happens. And we eventually had to turn around because we didn't know where she was, and she was covered in mud, and her bike wouldn't start.
Yeah.
And we looked over, and she had just fallen in a huge
mud puddle.
Mushy pile of mud.
The real question is, if it came down to a race, who would take the victory?
Oh, would I win in a
totally.
race? I mean, come on.
Although Bradley may have the upper hand, Vaquero may soon be giving him some competition.
I'm starting to feel like more confident, though, because we're going more frequently.
Both staff members promote dirt biking, Vaquero encouraging more girls to come out and try, but often it's a male-dominated sport.
It's one of the biggest and most anticipated events in the school year. Senior Ball is fast approaching. This year it will be held on May 3rd at the Ridge Golf Course in Auburn. This formal dance will be Emerald City themed.
Personally, I'm really excited, and I think a lot of other people are. I know a lot of people have been starting to get their dresses. A lot of people are talking about it. They're really excited about the theme, and it should be a really fun dance.
Prices and more information will be released soon. And now we'll toss it on over to Dominic Kalala for sports.
Fourth-year boys varsity volleyball coach Cindy Simon has her team off to a great start with a record of 10-3. Jeremy Frisch has the story on how the team is bringing in so many wins.
The varsity boys are fresh off a win from the NorCal Invitational Tournament, a win that seniors Brian Broshannon and Christian Haybell believe will help the team going forward.
It was a great start to our season, and it showed us that we can actually push through this season and possibly go to the playoffs and win that too.
Ultimately, we came out with the win out of the tournament, which is nice, and it was nice to get a banner for boys volleyball, the first ever. So it was a good experience for everyone.
Christian also credits team chemistry and his teammates working hard to the difference that his team has than other teams in recent years.
This is the best team I've been on, I feel like, since I've been at Roseville. And we have a lot of weapons, like I was saying, and we can just, we have a lot more experience coming in, a lot more kids playing club, and a lot of kids wanting to play.
Coach Simon has big expectations for her team moving forward in league play.
I'm hoping to get first or second. If not, then getting a playoff spot and getting third and beating Del Oro would be huge.
The Tigers open up league play this Wednesday at Roseville against the Granite Bay Grizzlies. Carly Reeder has attracted attention from many colleges for her exceptional soccer skills. She hopes to advance her skills as she moves on to play at the next level while she receives scholarship offers from several schools. She has decided that Chico State's offer is the best fit for her.
I visited Chico, and when I was there, I knew right there that was the school I wanted to go to. The girls were amazing. They're very warming.
One RHS senior is taking part in a brand new program to explore a career in nursing. Who is she and what the course has to offer on next week's TigerCast? There's a new way to get the latest news in sports from the TigerCast News in the Eye of the Tiger. Sign up for text alerts. Just text @IOF to 916-546-4412 for Roseville High School breaking news and sports. That's all for us today on TigerCast News.
Remember, we're always on at eyeofthetigernews.com. See you next time.